accounts be paid. All those in favor? Oh, any discussion?
Yeah, I just went through these accounts, and I noticed that Napa Auto Parts was $2,040.13, and Cobden Auto Parts was $70.26. That means 3.5% to Cobden Auto. That's not very good.
They're looking.
Made a very big effort to buy a lot more Cobden Auto this month. So you'll see a big change in that in the next report.
Okay. I just wanted to bring that to your attention just because I thought, geez, they're not. I mean, we spent $62 at Fresh Mart, so Cobden Auto is only ahead by $8. It's not very good.
I understand. I know. I hear you.
All right. Good enough. Thank you.
Reeve Miller.
Yeah, this isn't on the statement of accounts, but I'd just like to bring up Bernie's name too. If we're going to bring up the local buy thing, Bernie keeps approaching me and says he can't get past the front counter. He said he spoke to Councillor McLaughlin and Councillor Rieger about 6 months ago, and that both of you assured him that this would be brought up. It has been brought up. I'm just wondering why this guy can't get past the front door in regard to office supplies.
Explain well, who Bernie is.
Bernie is he sells office supplies. He has made calls in here. He has made one about 3 months ago, left his card, and he's been trying to get in here. He does them golf shirts, all kinds of stuff. And the way he's telling it to me is he comes in, he gets to the front desk, he leaves his card, but he's made one sale to Whitewater in 11 years. And I just looked at it a little more carefully. He specifically asked me if he could meet with the CAO in regard to local purchasing.
And the answer to that is yes.
Okay, I'll get you the contact information. Thank you.
Can you tell me what company does Bernie represent? Because my mind doesn't recollect that I spoke to this gentleman, but I could have.
I don't know his company name, but I do have his business cards, and I meant to bring them tonight, but I was a little rushed. But I will bring them in, and I will give you all his business cards, and you'll know exactly who he is. And I'm only bringing it up because of the election promise to deal with local buying, and I think that it was sort of brought up by Councillor McKay in another incident, and I'm going to bring it up in this incident. Al Dick also approached me and said that while he was here, he actually handed me this man's card and said, I can't get anywhere with this. So I'm confused, and I just want it looked at. I don't want to make a big deal of it, but I want that guy given a fair shake, and that's all I want.
I just my name has been brought up, and I'd like to know who this gentleman is.
Well, what I'll do for you, Councillor McLaughlin, is I'll get you his card and his phone number, and you can give him a call. I'm only going by what he told me.
Okay.
I'll do that for you. Okay?
My memory isn't perfect, but I have absolutely no recollection of this discussion at all. And for future reference, any issue like this, please direct them to me. I can't deal with things I'm not aware of.
Okay, that's a good point. I just want to make a point before we go forward here too, and when we're saying buy local, we don't just mean Cobden Auto as a difference. Like there's Coleman's Garage, there's Gibson's Garage, there's lots of places that you can source, and we've already done that in the past. We'll vote on this motion. Do you want me to read it again?
No.
All those in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region receives and files reports from Treasurer, Public Works Department, Bylaw Enforcement Department, Environmental Services Department, Fire Department, and Entrepreneurship Development Coordinator. All those in favor? Discussion, because we'll go through them one at a time. We'll start with the Treasurer.
I have nothing to add.
Nothing to add. Any questions? Public Works, and anything to add, Bill?
This will be on next month, but the redoing the back parking lot started on Monday. We ran into a little bit of a snag with some of the old storm in the parking lot. So our forces are going to be replacing some of the storm in conjunction with the contractor to keep the price low as we can in order to get the parking lot back going good again. Just for an update for that.
Thank you. Any other questions? Councillor Olmsted?
Yeah, just one for Bill. I noticed the note about the swim raft at the Cobham Beach. Where are we with the Cobham Beach? Is it back open and it's all good to go now? Do we know?
The health unit was back in yesterday, Margaret Cody. They are stopping testing at the beach. It's the highest E. coli reading they've ever had, and the algae blooms are everywhere, so the beach is now closed for the rest of the season. And Bill and I are working on a plan to move our swim program to Little Lakes for next year. I hate to say this, but I don't think Cobden Beach is going to be usable for the foreseeable future due to our environmental problems.
We could probably get, we could probably get permission to put sand in at Little Lakes Estates from the...
We're working on a permit with the MNR. I took them out there the other day and told them the problems we're having here and showed them that lake, and they've agreed. We'll do it after the swim season.
Yeah.
And,
out of Buchanan's pit, probably it's the same sand. Probably
we're going to use ours.
They're going to let us use ours? That's even better. Yep, perfect. We'll make something there. Not as many seagulls.
Not as many anything.
Yeah. Apparently the odd snapping turtle, but that won't bother anybody. Just saying. Thanks, Bill. Building Department, Doug, any? Nothing further. Any questions for Doug? Councillor Olmsted.
Just the last comment, Doug. It's probably just going to be yes or no. Just the last comment, there's been a lot of inquiries on properties for sale in the last month. Are these businesses looking at properties, or?
Some of them are just people buying property, some are businesses. We've had two individuals that have approached us to go through a planning stuff with subdivisions. One is a very big subdivision that's down on Cheneau Road on Ottawa River. Well, both of them are on the Ottawa River, so we're in the process of meeting with the planners right now, trying to help them out.
Maybe we should give them a link to realtax.ca. Apparently, we've got a bunch of properties there too.
Any further questions for Doug? Thanks, Doug. Steve? Any questions for Steve? Got off easy there, Steve. CAO and Reeve. Well, let's let the Reeve go first.
Actually, I didn't have a report, so skip me.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Reeve
you can
Miller.
skip the Reeve. I apologize. I left town in a hurry and I did not get writing a Reeve's report. My apologies. But it's all cool up in Pembroke. Don't worry about it.
That's a good report, I like it.
Where did we miss that?
Fire and then Andrews entrepreneurship.
Oh, I didn't see it on my Ebner? See, that's what I said.
Did I make a mistake? I apologize.
That's all right, he can go ahead and lap lip. Any questions for, Fire Chief Ebner? All right, that concludes. Oh, and Andrew, yes. Oh, that wasn't on there. Come forward, Andrew.
Think so?
Stop.
Just at the top till the green light's on.
Info station is designed to help our township buy local as well as our residents. So if any business is not on info station, they're not really trying too hard to get local business. So if any business does want to increase their local sales, they should put their business on info station, and it's free.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, easy. Councillor Olmsted.
Yeah, just one comment down here on the industrial park. I won't go through the whole thing, but next step is to set a price for industrial park property. 4 businesses have been waiting for a price. So if it looks like we have businesses wanting in here, we should be jumping all over this. So I don't know what we need to do to set a price, but if we have 4 businesses wanting to locate and they're waiting on a price, that's something the council needs to act on very quickly.
I've been trying for about a year and a half now to get a price. The last issue was the water, which you dealt with tonight.
Okay. So Christine, what do we need to do to put a price on these properties?
Andrew is going to put together a report with recommendations, and it will be on the September 2nd committee package.
And will we be able to vote on it at that time, as long as we have, just that has to be enough information put together that we can actually set a price and move forward with these?
Yeah, you've been dealing with local realtors, I understand, so do you have enough information to be able to make a recommendation?
Yes, I'll bring the same information that I brought to the last council. I'll bring it to you with the new information on the water system.
Okay, so you can vote on that on September 2nd. It can be ratified September 16th.
No further questions? Okay. Thanks, Andrew. All those in favor? Opposed, if any, carried. Moved by Charlene Jackson, seconded by Darrell McLaughlin, be resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region adopts the minutes of the Council in Committee of the August 5th, 2015, of August 2015. I had one word too many. All those in favor? Carried. Moved by Charlene Jackson, seconded by Chris Olmsted, be it resolved that the resolutions of the Council in Committee meeting held August 19th, 2015 be accepted by Council and become resolutions of Council. All those in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried. Moved by Charlene Jackson, seconded by Darrell McLaughlin, be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region approve that the following bylaw be introduced, read, dealt with, numbered, signed by the Mayor and Clerk, and sealed and recorded in the bylaw book. 1. 15-08-811 Development Agreement, Ann and James Morrow. Number 2, 15-08-812, assuming roads bylaw. Any questions? Any discussion? Chris, Councillor Olmsted?
Can we get the building inspector to just come up and, I was trying to read through this and I couldn't understand the 811 development agreement.
I think I'm okay now. What this agreement is, Chris, is there's a guy that went through a severance and he didn't have any road frontage on a public maintained road. So he wanted to do the severance, so the council agreed that they would let him use a portion of the unopened road allowance, just a little portion to get to his property and use it. So this agreement binds him that yes, he can use it, but we will never ever take over the road, and it's open to the public to go through, and that he, that it just to get to his property. And it was a condition of the severance that he had to enter into this development agreement.
Any further questions?
So why was that an omission at that time that we didn't enter in that agreement during the severance, or is this regular that we would do it after?
Well, it was a condition of the severance. He also had to do a rezoning, and then this development agreement also. So once the rezoning has been completed, the development agreement is completed, we will forward that to the county, and then them conditions will be met, and then the severance will be approved. It's on down by Wrights Road. That's where it is.
Bottom of Wrights Road and Yakabuski Trail.
Yeah.
Any further questions? All those in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried. Moved by Dave Mackay, seconded by Kathy Regier. Be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region receives and files correspondence 1 through 5. Any comments? Any questions? I'll go get it later, thanks. Everybody's had time to go through that? All those in favor? Oh, hold it. They're in our mailbox. Some of them.
The correspondence? I'll get it out of mine.
Yeah.
Is it in your package?
Not in yours? Okay. Uh-oh.
I can't say for certain, but in the middle of copying, there was a power surge, and it's like everywhere, because we put the scan in that machine, the power went off. I only got the scan copy. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, it maybe is the scan and a copy. But the power went out in the middle.
Do you want it? I've got it.
You got it? Okay. Any questions? All those in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried. Moved by David Mackay, seconded by Kathy Regier. Be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region supports consent application B58-15-1 and B59-15-2 with the following conditions. The proposed lots can meet the requirement for minimum distance separation. Since the severance history is 3 lots from the original holding, 1971. Council permits additional consent related to section 14-34 of the official plan. The Severn land are to be rezoned from rural exception 12, RUE 12, to rural RU to be the correct zoning for the rural residential lot. A registered plan of survey is required. Doug, could you speak to that?
Yes, so these are conditions of the severance, and one of them was the MDS. We did get a letter from Curry Campbell that he had never received an MDS form to be completed. I personally delivered him one last week, one day, and so Curry will have his chance to complete his MDS for the severance. So the condition, one of the conditions is that MDS is favorable. So until Curry brings his in, then it'll be as a condition.
Okay.
Oh, so. Well, you can put it as a condition, but if it doesn't pass your MDS, then the severance doesn't pass. That's why they have it. It has to be favorable comments, the MDS. So these, if the MDS does not pass, they put it as a condition that MDSs have to be all favorable. And if Curry's MDS does not pass, then the severance just doesn't meet that condition, and it won't be going ahead.
Okay, that's what the condition is then, that it has to pass, and the MDSI.
Yeah.
So MDSI. If it does not pass that study, then it does not go ahead.
That's correct.
Under any circumstance, period.
That's correct.
Okay.
Also, there was an issue there where they had already put in entrances or something like that, and they put it over a culvert that goes across from Curry's. But I spray painted it, and Bill's looking after the change of the location of the driveway.
Just a comment that I went to see that, and the only drainage possibility is to go out that centerline culvert and right down the field of the river. It can't go up you can't go up either side. It's right at the bottom break, right?
Yeah.
So that's part of what this study will determine and so forth, correct?
Well, no, the MDS won't determine that. The MDS is just for minimum separation of agricultural. But the culvert location, Bill will have to determine where entrances go in there, because there was never no entrances ever approved there yet.
Okay, and then it has to be noted to the landowner that that's definitely the drainage point for all the ditching in that area. I would assume that. Okay? Everybody understands? Charlene, Councillor Jackson.
So I'm just looking in Charles's report, and he's saying favorable MDS1 separations are confirmed, but your comments are going to say that with regards to Curry Campbell?
Well, favorables haven't been confirmed because Curry didn't have a chance to do his.
Okay.
Okay, so in our comments to the planner, I will send him an email tomorrow addressing him that says that Curry has been provided with MDS guidelines and the applications. So whenever Curry's gets in, then they can take a look at it.
Perfect. Is there a time period that Curry has to file those?
There is. It's not really a time frame, but with aerial photograph and stuff like that, you can analyze how big the barns are. You can measure how far the barns are to the property, and you can actually probably do it. You probably do the maximum amount of cattle or livestock that will ever be on that property to provide that if it doesn't get done. Sometimes there's farmers that just won't give you that information.
It's not really intended to be pressure. It's just that no matter what happens, there's a guideline. You can't take 5 years to do it. So.
Yeah. Curry, if you I could do the MDS for you in my office if you would come in there. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All those in favor? Okay, carried. Moved by Dave Mackay, seconded by Kathy Regier. Be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region supports the County of Renfrew's expression of interest submitted to the Ontario Community Infrastructure Fund for the rehabilitation of County Road 4, Queens Line, from Cheneau Road to Foresters Falls Road. This work will provide benefit to the businesses in Beachburg and Foresters Falls area within the township and will also support active transportation. Any questions? All those in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried. Township of Whitewater Region, closed session dated August 19, 2005. Be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Whitewater Region went into closed session under Section 239, yeah, we'll get somebody on that, of the Municipal Act at 10:05 p.m. Proposed or pending acquisition of disposition of land by the municipality or a local board. You need a seconder and a forwarder. All those in favor? Opposed, if any? Passed. Carried.